Good morning, everybody. I hope you can all hear me. We'll start in a few minutes. I'll just give a couple more minutes for anybody else to join.
God, that seems a long time ago. It does seem a long time ago, doesn't it? And actually, yeah, I get very clear because it's normally me that gets one of the big factor kind of thing. Well, then nobody ever got me, even when I was at school. Because you know. Nobody ever got me because I never woke up on April Fool's Day not knowing it was April Fool's Day. We'll be reading out some of the best ones.
I'm going to make a start. Can everybody see my presentation on the screen?
All my spirits up on the show, and this is a video made by a headmistress in New Zealand to remind us all to stay at home. It's had over
Yes, or can you see the presentation on my screen?
Yes.
Right. I'm just going to mute everybody for now, just and then we'll make a start. So thank you very much for joining me this morning to the University of Bolton Virtual Open Day. This is the University Overview presentation, and it will probably take about 15, maybe 20 minutes, so I'm not going to keep you too long this morning. As you can imagine, with things going on at the moment, we have tried to move our open day online as much as possible. I appreciate it's not the same as having a chance to come and have a look around the campus or meet our staff, but we've tried to create on the Virtual Open Day page as much experience or as much opportunities for you to engage with our team as possible. I normally do this session as a double act with Baroness Newlove. Baroness Newlove is our Pro Vice Chancellor for Access and Widening Participation. She is the Deputy Speaker of the House of Lords and has a lot of experience in working with us as a university and in the community. There is a video from Baroness Newlove on the Virtual Open Day page. It's just a couple of minutes if you have a look there, and she's presenting a little bit to you there. Also on that page, you will find links to chat to some of our students. They are live and waiting to take your questions today. Also chat to our staff, whether it's support staff in student finance or disability service, or whether you want to talk to somebody from our academic teams, you will find a link to do a virtual live chat with our teams there as well. And that's running from 10 o'clock until 1 o'clock this afternoon, so you can join in as well. Most of our subject areas, except for just a couple, are running live presentations similar to this later on this morning. So please check out the Virtual Open Day page. If you just scroll down to the page to the view the live streams, and it will tell you what time each of the subject presentations is happening this morning. So very welcome, thank you for joining me. My name's Paul Starkey. I'm the Director of Student Recruitment and Admissions at the University of Bolton. I would usually be stood in our lecture theatre here giving this presentation, but as you can see, I'm in my own home this morning. So thanks again for joining. Excuse me. Okay, so a little bit of history about the university. I won't go on for too long about this. We've had the university title since 2005, so we've officially been a university for around 15 years now. Excuse me. However, we've been an institute of learning and higher education for a lot longer. We were actually formed in 1825 as the Bolton Mechanics Institute. There were two other mechanics institutes set up in the country, the first one in Leeds, another in Glasgow. They both went on to become the University of Leeds and the University of Glasgow. And these were set up to deal with the growing industrial revolution in the country and the need for skilled labour. And particularly in Bolton area, this was around textiles and infrastructure around textiles. The picture you can see on screen now is the oldest picture we have of the institution. It's not quite back to 1825. But you can see there Bolton Mechanics Institute and going on there. Things look a little different today, as you can imagine. Just in the foreground here, you can see a building called Bolton 1. That's one of our relatively new buildings. It houses our clinical simulation suites for health and nursing, our sports and athletes development centre, sports and spinal injury clinic. It is also a partnership with the local council and has a swimming pool, gym and doctor surgery, those sorts of things in there. And we have our own 50-foot climbing wall in Bolton 1 as well. We found lots of students take to climbing when they join us. Just in the back of the picture, you can see, I'll just hover over here. Just where this logo is here, this building here, this is our main lecture theatre. Our main lecture theatre houses about 120 people, so it's relatively small on a university scale. You would never be taught in a class any bigger than that. And that's what really sets us apart from other universities. We're a small university. We get to know you very well. You'll get to know your tutors very well on first name basis, and they'll get to know you very well. They'll understand how you like to learn. They'll understand what support you need, whether it's pastoral support or academic support, and they'll help you really get through your studies. So this is our main campus. I'll just scroll on a little bit here. Just in terms of our courses, we run a wide variety of different courses, from traditional courses such as English, psychology, and to more niche courses. And this is where we really stand out and are becoming more well known for our niche courses. And you can see some of those niche courses on screen and the pictures at the moment. So in the top left-hand corner, this is motorsport. We house the National Centre for Motorsport Engineering. It's based on our campus. We run special effects, film effects courses, makeup effects, special effects, model making effects, and visual effects and animation courses. We are very strong in nursing and health. The top right-hand picture is a picture of our Moot Law Court, and this is where our law students are taught. We still run very popular textiles courses, and you can see strength and conditioning down the bottom there as well. So a wide variety of courses on offer, and our courses have developed over time. So as industry has developed, as student demand has changed, we have changed with that demand as well. And the government, in its latest TEF, which I'll talk about in a minute, its Teaching Excellence Framework, actually commended us for involving students in the development of our curriculum. So making sure that our students are involved, that we're industry focused, and that our students go on to graduate in relevant subject areas with relevant skills in their industry. So uni as it should be. If you've had a look around our website, perhaps if you've received an email from us or a piece of print from us, you'll see uni as it should be. It's blazoned all over our campus as well. What does that really mean? Well, it really boils down to university as we think it should be for a student. And that's quite simply making sure that you have quality teaching, you are supported by passionate lecturers, a supportive environment, the very best facilities that we can possibly give you, so the facilities that mirror what you'll have in industry, and on graduation helping you to find that job or go on and set up your own business as well. So we've just recently invested very heavily in this last point here in around helping you to find a job. we've appointed a new Director of Jobs for Students, and she comes from industry. She's worked in graduates recruitment roles in ASDA and in Specsavers, and her new team, their sole responsibility is to help you find a job when you're coming into your third year and on graduation. Uni as it should be. I've talked about our distinctive courses, student-focused courses. So again, we make sure that we're listening to our students throughout the year. Wherever possible, we adapt our courses. Most of our undergraduate courses have now been through a major overhaul in the last 2 years, where we've adapted the assessments, make sure that our students are not being over-assessed, and make sure that they're all meeting the learning outcomes of those courses in the best way possible. Many of our staff are experts in their field. They have come from industry, or they still are working in industry. Some still are running their own professional practices, for example, in arts and in law, and they have very, very good contacts with industry experts. And because we're a small institution, you'll be given access to those contacts, their little black book, as it were. They will introduce you to these people as you go through your course, whether it's through visiting lecturers, whether it's through exhibitions or field visits. We will give you as much exposure as possible to enhance your opportunity to find that graduate role. We really pride ourselves on providing an environment that is as close to your work, to the working environment as possible. So everywhere you go around our campus, you'll see that we are trying to replicate industry environments. So whether it's our clinical simulation suites, which are, you can see on the right-hand side of my screen there, which actually look like real hospital wards and have all the relevant kit inside, or whether it's in engineering, you'll be working on the latest 3D printers, on the latest equipment in engineering, or whether it's in special effects. Again, you'll be using the equipment that you'll have. In the arts, you'll find the latest Mac machines. In games and computing, you'll find the latest Cintiqs that you would actually go on and work with. So that we're really proud to be able to offer our students that sort of equipment across our campus. Intensive and personalised support. This is really important. We understand that not every student learns the same way. And we'll spend some time when you join us in finding out how you like to learn, where there are perhaps areas that we need to help you focus, or where there are areas which we need to give you additional support as you go through your course. Every member of our university community, every student is assigned a personal tutor when they start with us, and a personal tutor is there to support them throughout their studies and ensure that you have everything that you possibly need to make sure that you get your degree at the end. There are lots of extracurricular programs and activities going on, whether that's through the Students' Union or whether that's through the university itself. We run a program called the Bolton Award, which is a mix of learning skills, leadership skills, volunteering, that sort of thing. And it looks really good on your CV when you come to apply for roles at the end of your course. One thing where we do really stand out, we don't believe that you should be paying any more for your degree than you need to. So the government sets the university fees, undergraduate fees, for 2020, for 2021, 9,250, but the university will not ask you to pay any additional fees or any other costs that are mandatory for the study of your degree. So for example, if you need materials for your special effects or your arts courses, if you need uniform or equipment in any of your courses, the university will provide those for you. You're not going to have to go and buy those yourself. Our library has adequate facilities in terms of reading, in terms of books, but most of our learning resources are actually online now, as you might expect. So no hidden extras, that's really important. Anything that's compulsory that you need to be able to do your degree, the university will provide for you. In addition, we have what we call the Uni as it should be card. Every student will be given £150 per year on their university's Uni as it should be card. That's actually released in three instalments, if you like, but over the course of the first 6 weeks of your degree. And this allows you to log on to uniasitshouldbe.co.uk. You can have a look at this now, and you can pick up any books or materials or additional equipment that you think you might need as well. For those students who are high achievers, there is an extra £850 on your Unis It Should Be card as well, if you're likely to achieve 128 UCAS points in the summer of 2020. Now, of course, things have changed quite rapidly over the last couple of weeks with the A-level and the BTEC assessments being cancelled. We are waiting to hear from government what is happening on that, and we will be advising all of our applicants for 2020 on the process as government announce it to us. Okay, I talked a little bit about this earlier, the National Teaching Excellence Framework. TEF, as it's known, is the government's ranking system or the government's rating system for all universities. So all universities have a TEF rating, whether they're bronze, silver or gold. And this is to do with the quality of the teaching that you'll find at that university. The University of Bolton was very proud to be awarded a silver in the TEF just 18 months, 2 years ago. And we were commended by the panel for our high quality resources in learning and in digital, a culture that facilitates and recognises and rewards excellent teaching. So it's really important for you to understand that not all universities are the same. Not every university values teaching as much as it does research, for example. We are a teaching focused university. Our primary goal, our primary effort is on making sure that you have the best teaching experience that we can. As I've touched on earlier as well, we were commended for our professionally relevant courses and our engagement with employers, excellent support for students and engaging students in the curriculum and in the design of the future of curriculum as well. Just going to have a look around the campus now. So just have a look on screen. This is our main reception building. This is the Chancellor's building, which is the main student hub of the campus. So you'll find here our Student Services Centre, our Students' Union. So on the right on the screen right now, on the right hand side is our Student Services Centre, on the left hand side, Student Union. We have the Vista, which is a cafe and bar and food eatery. And right next door to that, you'll find the Loft, which is a new space for our students, where they can get together with clubs and societies. They can go and play games. There's movie nights and all sorts going on as well. You can see the social learning zone on screen right now. This is a mixed use space for students to grab a coffee or to do some group work informally. We have some great group work spaces around the library as well for more quieter group work, where you can engage in technology and screens and plug in and things like that. And just show you some other facilities on screen right now. So this is our theatre, which is used for theatre performance and our performing arts degrees. Bolton one, which you saw earlier. This is a picture of one of our TV studios. We have a number of TV studios for film and media production, a number of photography studios, traditional photography studios with dark rooms as well for our photography, graphic design courses. This is in one of our clinical simulation suites. This is actually called an anatomage table. There were only 3 of these in the country, one of them being at the University of Bolton. And this basically allows you to interrogate the human body before we let anybody new loose on real patients. You're able to interrogate the body, look at where various organs are, various blood vessels, the arteries. You can strip away various layers of the bodies and look at overlay various diseases. You can do a cross section of the body. So it's really, really helpful for our students when they're learning the theory to be able to come on and to understand exactly where understand where the bits of their body are, essentially. And I said before, this is our moot law court, so our law students are taught in our law court. You can actually see on screen here, there are just on the ceiling, there are some white lumps on the ceiling. These are cameras as well, so our students can practice their advocacy skills when they are presenting, whether they're going to be a solicitor or a barrister or go on to work in legal field. Obviously, advocacy, body language is very, very important, so they can watch themselves back afterwards. This is one of our graphic design, our Mac suites, some of our equipment. We have eye reading technology. I'm guessing that this is kind of brain scanning. I'm not sure the technical term for that, but this is in our psychology department. And this is a picture from our dental technology. So we have the largest teaching dental labs in Europe. for our dental technology courses as well. On screen now is again, another one of our very new buildings. This is the National Centre for Motorsport Technology. If you look quite closely, just in the bottom half of the picture, you can see some of the Formula One and motocross supercars there, down at the bottom there, that our students get an opportunity to work on and look at as well. The top floor of this building is actually the Games Development Centre. So if you're coming to do games programming, games design or games art, then you'll be taught in the top floor of this building as well. I touched a little bit on student support before. We were one of the first universities in the country to integrate all of our student support services. So at a one-stop shop, you will find support services including student advisors, student liaison advisors, counselling, mental health, disability support, careers and employability advice, immigration, finance and funding. Everything will be there for you in one place. We also have what we call the Life Lounge, and the Life Lounge was opened a couple of years ago. It's a suite of rooms quite away from the main hub of the university, and that's done deliberately to give our students a space to really go and relax, or to get some study skills support, to talk to one of our counsellors or to one of our student liaison officers. It's quite kind of a very calming place. We have a lovely fish tank and some nice music going on up there as well. And in various times of the year, we bring in our pets as therapy dogs. Again, our students tell us, and research tells us, that our students miss their dogs or miss their pets when they leave home to come to university. So you can come in and work with one of the pets as therapy dogs. It's particularly important around assessment time, when it can become quite stressful. I think you can also even get a massage up there at certain times of year, if you like. Orlando Village is our only preferred and recommended provider of student accommodation to the University of Bolton. It is just 10 minutes walk away from the main campus. You can see a picture of some of the rooms there. So you would have a single room in a shared flat, if you like. So there's a couple of different styles of rooms there on screen. And again, if you go to our virtual open day page, there is a link off to the Orlando Village website there if you want to have a look in more detail at the Orlando and the halls of residence. If you're not from the local area, and again, if I was presenting this in person, I would tend to ask where everybody was from, so I had an understanding of where people were coming from. Bolton is the largest town in the country. We've not quite got that city status yet. It's a large town, very busy town, lots and lots of people, lots of diversity in Bolton town. Here's one of our graduation ceremonies from a couple of years ago that you can see. This is our town hall, and this is Le Mans Crescent, which runs behind the town hall. If anybody's a fan of Peaky Blinders, then you'll probably recognise this. This is used as Victorian London in many of the episodes in Peaky Blinders, and it's just recently been used as the police station in The Stranger, in Netflix's The Stranger. So lots and lots of filming going on in Bolton actually right now. On screen right now you can see Bolton Marketplace. This is just a couple of minutes away from the campus, and lots of students use this to pick up fresh fruit, fresh groceries on a daily basis. And this means if you're sharing a house with other students, you've not got to kind of ram your fridge full of supermarket stuff. You can pick up fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, fresh meat on a daily basis. And this is even a lot cheaper than the discount like Aldi and Lidl. So it's a really great resource for our students. Right in the heart of the town, this is our main shopping centre, the Marketplace shopping centre, all the sort of usual high street stores that you will find. Just recently, in the last couple of years, they've invested millions of pounds into this. They put a 9-screen cinema on the roof of this complex, and they dug down into the old Victorian vaults, which you can see underneath. And there's now a number of restaurants, including a Nando's, under there as well. Lots and lots of other things going on in and around Bolton. This is Middlebrook Retail Park, where you'll find bowling, cinemas, restaurants. This is the University of Bolton Stadium, where the Bolton Wanderers football club plays. And we have Bolton Arena as well, which is another big sporting facility up there. We work very closely with the Octagon Theatre. It's one of the country's leading regional theatres. Octagon Theatre is currently being rebuilt. It's undergoing a major renovation. And again, our students in English, in theatre and performing arts work very closely with the Octagon. as you might expect in a large town, there are bars and restaurants, there's lots going on, but we're right on the edge of some wonderful countryside as well. This is a picture of the Pennine Moors. This is Smithills Hall, which is just outside Bolton. We're less than an hour away from the Lake District, and right on the doorstep, just 2 stops on the train from Manchester, and everything that has to offer for students. Just a couple of minutes, there is a more detailed presentation on the Virtual Open Day page about student funding, so I'd urge you to go and have a look at that presentation. Student funding is basically made up of 3 elements. So it's the tuition fee loan from Student Finance England, there is maintenance support for your living cost, and then any additional support. So some students who have dependents, who are carers, may be eligible for additional support. So it's made up of 3 elements. But please go and have a look at the student finance and funding presentation on the Open Day page. You don't have to do that immediately today. That will be there for you to look at your leisure. Okay, that's really everything from me this morning. I'm just going to have a look and see how many people we have online. We don't have too many, so I can actually, if you would like me to open up to questions, I'm very happy to do that. I'm very happy to take any questions at the end. Alternatively, as I said, there is live chat going on all morning with all of our support specialists and all of our academic specialists as well. So bear with me a second. I'm just going to see if I can manage everybody. Okay, so if you want to ask me a question, then feel free to go ahead. I'll be for the next few minutes.
It means it can do this. Working hard, cleaning deep on both carpets and hard floors. And direct heating technology means there's no loss of suction. So you get the performance of the best-selling corded out.
If you want to ask a question, then feel free to go now. You don't have to stay online. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate that it isn't the real experience of an open day, but I really appreciate you listening in this morning.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. How can I help you?
I want to ask about the sporting activity which the students will be engaged in. How do you get involved in sporting activity? For example, like me, I'm a footballer, and I intend to continue my career in school as I continue to study.
So football is one of the sports that we offer as part of the British University club sport. So Bucks, I don't know if you've heard of Bucks, BUCS. Football is one of the sports where we have a university team that is run by a specialist sports team as part of the university. So you can get involved in Buck sports and get involved in football. Football tends to be played on a Wednesday afternoon when there are fewer classes running, and again we would provide all of the facilities in terms of getting to games through our sports clubs as well. So as soon as you join us, you can sign up for those club sports, and you can participate in as many as you can.
Okay, thank you. That's
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Okay, if there aren't any other questions, then thank you very much for listening. And head over to Virtual Open Day and check out what time your specific subject presentation is on, and you can jump online and chat with our students as well. Okay, thank you very much for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.